Hey guys, this is a new type of content on my channel. If this is something you enjoyed, let me know in the comments, like and subscribe so I know if I should continue this series in the future. Thanks for watching.
Whether it's Newgate, Zoro, or Red Purple Luffy.
Yeah, we're just not going to get to it.
You just want it for Enel and Katakuri. And I think a lot of players, especially heading into today, just the yellow results weren't there, right? We were seeing a lot, the rise of red in a bunch of different events. We saw a lot of people just going on that Sakazuki. It's usually over half of top cut in every event.
Yep.
And I just think a lot of people weren't taking for that matchup anymore. So I actually found it very interesting that he had it. And maybe that's why he saw so much success and is here in our finals today.
For sure, because Enel in general loves that red matchup. That's one of its favorite matchups, as they're unable to get that final push.
And that's certainly what we saw. We saw a huge lineup, which is not able to quite get through at the end. And then the double 200 million volts of Maru. I mean, you can put all the blockers out in the world, where you can put the exact number of blockers out in the world. But if you find them, and the double Shura turn at the end too, like that was quite the combo that came together to find that.
Yes, of course, of course.
Players getting ready. Game number 2 is underway. The Brûlée hits the board first for Yonas. Rather.
I mean, it does look like slower starts from both our players.
Yep. Okay.
So we see a lot of Sakazuki players discarding Tashigi over a lot of other cards. What are your thoughts on discarding Tashigi? Is it because it's cyclable? You can just get it back.
I mean, of course it's because you can get it back, but I think a lot of it is, especially in this matchup, it's not about how many counters you have, but how many attacks your opponent has.
Yes.
Sure. So you care more about removal and reduction than anything else. And we got another Ohm Holly on the first turn it can be played. It's definitely a great tempo game.
Yes.
It's just annoying to have to deal with, right? Because it's like, all right, well, this is a threat, but it's not a huge threat, but you still have to play something. You still have to use cards to remove it, and that feels bad because you know what's coming.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And we see a second Borsalino coming down. They're both 6k on your opponent's turn. That means you're having Enel, putting extra Dawn, using extra Dawns in order to have any kind of aggression.
And I do like the strategy of mutual starvation by both players.
Yeah.
They're just making sure that they get a board before they try to give their opponents that card advantage. Because that's what this matchup really comes down to, is it's not about life, it's about board state and how many cards you have in hand.
Yes.
It's a skillful matchup.
Very, very skillful.
Yeah. And I say that with appreciation as an aggro player, which is kind of embarrassing to say, but you can appreciate the skillful matchups sometimes.
So Yonas is on 7.
It does seem like he's missing a strong 7-drop play.
Will he play the Shirahoshi to search, to cycle, and fix the hand?
But that definitely never feels good.
Definitely not.
But it's there in case you need it, you know? This might be that situation where you have to go for it anyway. Looking at 5 Dawn.
Starts with a 6, and there's the
there it
Shirahoshi. He wants to look at 3 more cards. He's trying to fix the hand, get a better hand, and he does go to 9 next turn.
But Jackson is definitely feeling a sigh of relief seeing that Shirahoshi come down.
Yeah.
So a Gedatsu with a Brûlée to discard.
I definitely think Gedatsu is a great choice just because he knows that after he's reduced to 3 life, it's not going to see a lot of value in the matchup.
Yeah. It will almost never get played, as its only good target at that point are Hinas.
Yeah, it's the stuff that's going to be going away anyway. It's not the stuff you're really worried about too much.
Yep.
Hoping now to find a Katakuri to maybe put that Shirahoshi on life. What we find there?
It doesn't look as there. There's a lot of 2k counters though.
Yeah.
So we know he has the 7 Borsalino in hand that he's looking to play. I'm very curious as to whether or not he chooses to attack.
He does buy on deck the Ohm.
Okay. So the entire Borsalino family on the board right now.
And it will just be a pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
He says, I believe there was a second Hound base. He doesn't need a second one. So he discards it, tries to draw another card, find a better card for his hand. And I believe he did draw a Lucci off of it.
Nice 6k swing. Coming in.
I'm very interested if this does go to a game 3, whether or not he's going to start being a little bit more aggressive after not seeing any trigger characters that actually like build aggression other than Satori this entire game.
That's what we talked about, the best of 3s, being able to adapt like that, adapt to your opponent's list. So far, It seems like a lot of what we saw in game number 1. But, I mean, in this matchup, the game is kind of young, you know?
Right. So he does draw another Helm Blaze off it. Starts with a 5k at
Yep. Minus cost to the Enel.
at leader minus Enel. Yeah. And now 6.
This time it is very different because he has that Brule.
Can block it. We did see a lot of protection for the Brule last game.
Great Eruption. I believe he drew a brand new off of it.
Didn't quite catch it. All right.
He does reduce the Holly, which makes it look more like a Lucci play.
Yeah, we see the Rebecca on the top of the hand.
So Rebecca, Hina, Lucci
Blade.
will be able to get Enel down to 2. So 2-1, he can hit both.
Yeah, this is the classic Sakazuki combo, bringing back the Hina, throwing it for another cost reduction, and then the Rob's got to be in there. Show us the Rob Lucci. There it is. And the double removal on the... Oh,
And he is going to choose to protect it.
oh, okay.
And as far as discards go, trashing the Enel here is definitely one of the better cards you could hit off the top.
Yeah, no kidding.
Then 9k swing at the Enel. He does have the Roulette. Will he use the Brave blocker? Yes,
Yes.
he does.
All right, there it is, yeah.
And he's just valuing that board presence.
Yeah.
Yes. He wants the aggression. The Enel is what gives him the aggression right now.
Right, and how many cards have we seen from Jackson now to try to remove it, too? That's a lot of resources spent for that card to still remain on the board.
I do think he does have a good opportunity to attack with the Borsellino here, but he decides not to take it. I think because he has the Rebecca, he knows that Yamato is going to be the most likely play this turn, and he doesn't actually have to fear a single ammo play that much, just because Shidohoshi is the only other thing he could pump, and he does have 7 cards in hand. I think it could have been a good opportunity to just get an extra counter off of his opponent.
There's the Yamato popping the Hina as there's only a total of 3 life at the time.
Yep. Yamato comes in, a little bit more survivability for the NL. Another attack to life. It's going to be block with the Porcelina, and yeah, counter out of that with the Blue Hina as well.
First a 6, countering with a Borsellino block with the plus 1k. Now a 7.
Yeah.
And
And that
there
will be the
goes the
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Yep. Turn pass back over to Jackson on the Sakazuki once again. And what's it going to be this turn? Lots of power on the other side of the board. to be
There's
worried
a
about now.
lot, yes. On Enel, on Yamato. However,
Yep.
unlike last game, there is a lot less pressure as we don't see the Om Harley, we don't see the Satori, not as many of the 5k on the board.
Yeah, just like the difference in the power of the Brule versus like a Satori trigger is just going to be completely different onto how the tempo and how the resources game ends up.
Great eruption.
Starting Great Eruption. He opts for,
Pulls a Tashigi off the top of the deck with it.
yes.
He does have Rebecca Hinalucci open to him.
Yeah, but just thinking about the future turn, if you go for that, where does that kind of leave you? This is the point where the Enel gets very terrifying. Okay.
He
Yep.
picks the
minus
Enel.
on the Enel.
And I will say one thing specifically about Sakazuki is just the stamina needed to play the deck over 2 days.
Seriously.
For sure.
I mean, these events are always grueling, right? I mean, it's so many matches, so
Like,
much.
so many small micro decisions, especially with Sakazuki, that he has to make on every turn.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Wow.
Beach out of security, out of life. So that's
Digimon brain working
True
a little
colors
bit
showing
there.
through there.
all I
Never
can say.
let
All I can say is a facepalm right now.
It's Ying's birthday, by the way, today. Yeah. Okay, happy birthday to you. Yeah.
I was unready for that.
Back to the game. Back to the game. Yes. You get one.
But one and only one.
All right. Trying to. If there's a way, maybe take care of this Enel. Threat of Yamato looming as well. She's gonna get played. And yeah, using that to reduce the cost even further.
So now it's down to 2 costs now, I believe.
It looks like he's
Yeah.
going to go for a Hound Blaze attack into the NL.
Sounds right, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Hound Blaze indeed. Will this be countered out of? Yonas has shown a propensity for protecting his
He
board.
does.
Oh, there's the Saturi. Okay. Yeah, make that swap. Keeping the Enel alive.
So go 9 into the no.
And there's a counter again.
But he is getting resources safely, so if he can get through one more turn, just because of how low the NL's hand is,
Wow. After
as
all
Lucci
that.
comes down,
We got the second Rob Lucci removing the no, and now it's only a once per turn effect.
Yep.
and that's the flexibility of Tashigi, right? Of course it's a 2K counter, but it also allows you to get those double KO opportunities that you couldn't get if you had to use Rebecca to grab a Hina.
But we do have the Maru in the no player's hand, but there's 4 cards in Jackson's hand. It's very unlikely they're able to push, but I think he might just have to.
All right. Yeah, 200 million volts in Amaru coming in. And resting the Porcelino.
But he does pump the NL, so I don't
there
think
you
he's
go.
going to
Yeah.
go
Going for
for
the
it.
removal.
Yeah.
So leaving 8 open, there's the category.
I like it. Getting the Shirahoshi back to life. And getting that trigger as well, just for more filtering.
But we
towards the
do
end of
have
the game.
Manchuri in hand.
Yeah.
And the Tashiki staying on board means that's a consistent -2 cost.
He's definitely able with his hand to get at least one of the big characters out. Depending on attacks, he might be able to get both.
Yes, he could definitely potentially attack into Yamato and see if he counters it, or he chooses not to counter.
Okay. Holding that great eruption now. Playing it. Seeing what he can find.
Gets another Manchuri off of that.
All right, yeah.
You definitely don't need 2, so it definitely seems like a good card to use for the leader ability.
It looks like he used it already with the brand new.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever Jackson discards a card using the leader ability, he turns it sideways as a marker.
Manchuri on the board. Gonna go searching and grab that right back again.
Oh, his mind is already on the Lucci. He's trying
Yeah.
to put 3 cards back with Manchuri.
Yep. Takes the Rebecca off of it. However, he already used 3 Dawn, so he can't Rebecca into Lucci.
Rebecca returns. So he should be able to deal with a bit of the board from Yonas right now, but I feel like we're kind of running into a situation that looks eerily similar to game number 1 a little bit. But,
I think we're close, but I disagree just because
yeah,
even if he counters out for this Yamato, he's going to have 0 cards in hand, and
Fair
he's going to
enough.
have 2 life. So he would need exactly his opponent to have no counter plus an Enel in hand to have a shot
Strange.
at winning this game.
He protects the Yamato because he needs this pressure. Yamato's his only chance of pressuring life at this point.
yeah.
But with an out and Enel in hand, even if he gets Shuda, I don't think he's got a real shot at
Here we go again.
making this game on this turn.
Yeah. Took the double Shura last time. This time
He does get the
Good.
Enel,
Grab
though.
The Enel, yeah.
There is a shot. Does he go for it, though?
I mean, do you feel like you have to at this point, do you think?
I mean, looking at this board, it definitely feels like even if your opponent doesn't win the next turn, he's just going to out-resource you over time because he has that Manchuri out that you're not going to be able to kill.
Yeah. So that's 1 Manchuri gone. But however, Jackson does have a second one in his hand.
Probably going to see that pretty soon. There's the Enel.
Going at the Hina, trying
Yep.
to remove as much pressure as possible.
Makes sense. Just trying to build back up a little bit and trying to cling to life just a bit more.
Then
Okay. Yep. Rebecca.
Passing turn. Now it's Jackson's turn again. We have 1 card in hand, 2 life.
And Hina is an amazing draw off the top, just making that Mancherry so much more powerful because Rebecca can get any card you want. It doesn't have to go and grab that cost reduction.
So it starts with a 9-inch Yamato. Does he? Well, he pitched the last card. He does pitch the last card from his hand.
All right, so yeah, then going into the Yamato again with Rob Lucci, this time with enough, of course. No counter available, no hand for Yonas, and it's open season on the board of Yonas.
Yep. He saves the no.
Yeah, I think you have to. You definitely have to at this point.
I mean,
another
if he top decks,
Yep.
if he top decks them all, this could be game.
Will it be an Amaru?
Do you believe? Oh,
Oh, it doesn't look like it.
Tense moment as Yonas tries to find a way to kind of cling to life.
Without Amaru, he definitely can't get lethal this turn.
Yeah,
I'm very curious to see what that card is, though.
me too.
If he takes any more than 2 Dawn, we know it's not a category. If he takes 2 Dawns, we know it's not a Yamato.
It looks like he's
Dawn
just going to
math.
go attacking to try to clear board.
He's going face.
Could
Going
be,
face.
He pointed at Jackson. He's going at the Sakazuki. Now, will he counter or will he just block?
It could also just be sort of a bluff, like, I might have it.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to just use your Borsellino now?
He does.
He does. I mean,
Just unblock it.
you got to play around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a great attack.
I believe 7 was a very great number here.
It was a great attack to scare him into using the Borsellino.
Yes.
Right. I'm trying to math out the rest of the turn. Looking at possibly, okay. All right. Where do you go? Ashura into life again. Yep. That's going to get countered out. And then here comes the Enel. All right.
But he does give himself another turn now.
Yeah, that's right.
Having only 2 attacks, it's not possible to get through the last life of Enel as he can recover last life.
Sakazuki is not playing a cute one-off Usopp, so
Nah, we're not doing that
Did
around
that
here.
for a while, yeah. What if?
I
US
believe I
National.
saw Hound Blaze.
he has Houndblaze, Mancherry, and what else in hand?
I can't remember either. All right.
Borsellino.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, crowd.
Then he might just go for. He can't go for double KO since he
Right.
only has Mancherry. He does not have reduction.
The way he set up, it looks like he can share it into Rebecca, into the Hina for the reduction. And then he can go for a 9K swing at the...
Yeah, I think he's just gonna go for possibly Rebecca into Borsellino off the Mancherry.
So it's just
So
try
we did get the Rebecca.
Yep. Into a.
He could also just get a 2K off the Rebecca. I don't think it's gonna be a Lucci just because it.
I
Or
do
he might
believe
just
it's
go
a-
for a Hina just to get a bigger board.
No, I do believe it's a Hina here, and then he's going to Hound Blaze the Enel,
Yeah.
forcing him to either take that life to save it, which is not a good idea at this point.
So you do that's in the hand. There's a Hound Blaze. Yep.
There's
Will
the Hound Blaze.
send
He's
the
gonna save
Enel
it.
to the bottom of the deck. Okay, tense. The U.S. Nationals on the line.
And passing turn, he says, no point in attacking.
Yep.
It's last life, and now can just recover it and fix his hand instead.
That is like the most heart-pounding thing to do too, where it's like, I can't go
Oh.
for. Oh my goodness.
Was it just me, or was that a...
It was Brule.
All right, another blocker out.
Now Manchester is getting infinite value. Will constantly use it, get any blocker he wants.
Yep.
There's the Rebecca. I do believe there is a
I believe it was Canis in hand, so it was a 2K counter.
Yes. Starts with a 5.
I mean, there's no rush here. As long as you're Sakazuki, you have 2 life, they don't have enough attackers, you know you're going to be comfortable into the next turn.
Yes.
Yeah. Slowing it down seemed to be the key a little bit for this game. One more life.
That
Enel
was,
activated.
oh.
Oh. Feels a little bit rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes the last life.
Oh,
Sure,
Hiroshi. All right. What we got? Okay. Tosses the Holly and another Shiroshi in the trash.
I think, oh, he's just going to go for 2K. Does he have Lucci in hand, or is he just going to go Borsalino?
He has a Borso in
Yeah.
hand.
The way back to Yonas. This is tense. Oh,
And he's
Alright, we're
just
going
again.
for
All right.
game 3.
all right. Game 3. I wouldn't have it any other way here at the U.S. Nationals.
Hey, if you guys like this type of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And of course, here's your bonus Kiwi video. Take care, guys. Be safe. Bye.
Hey Kiwi, how's the blackberry? Yeah, good. I'm just making some breakfast. Hey Kiwi. Kiwi's eating a blackberry. Some other stuff he enjoys. Some seeds, some onions, and peppers. He gets a spicy, becomes a spicy boy. Some grapes, but yeah, he's enjoying his blackberry. There you go. It's like you have some guava seeds now. Any more blackberry? No? Yeah, he likes the guava seeds. Alright, bye Kiwi. High five? Fist bump? You can? Nope. He just doesn't want to do anything. He never has his treats.